Welcome to Southern Yankee DIY. I'm Leah and I'm so glad to have you here today. If this is your first time joining us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below because you don't want to miss out on any of the Southern Yankee DIY projects, room renovations, or budget savvy home decor. Today we've got something extra special planned for y'all. We teamed up with a bunch of our other incredibly talented YouTube friends to bring y'all a lemon collaboration. We came up with some super fun lemon home decor themed items that I think you're gonna love. You know what they say, when life hands you lemons, make some decor. For my first project, I wanted to create a lemon wreath. I've been seeing them everywhere, but they've been like $50, and I just can't spend that. So I decided to get some greenery from Michael's and some lemons from Amazon. They came in a 12 pack and they were like 10 bucks. So I thought that was a great deal because I will have some left over for some other decor. I always start by trimming my greenery up into stems, and I like to use wire cutters or pliers to cut them easily. Scissors don't really work very well on the wires, so just to have something a little bit stronger works out better. Then I go ahead and hot glue my pieces into the wreath. Now you can see that Eli started crying, so I've got a little helper on the counter with me. So this just goes to show you that this wreath can be created one-handed. I definitely recommend cutting the leaves and the greenery down as small as possible. This way you can use them as filler pieces. So leave on the vine, 1 or 2 leaves, and then place them throughout your wreath so that it looks nice and full. Once I had all of my greenery about where I wanted it to be, I went ahead and started placing the lemons. I just used hot glue right on top of the lemon and then put it onto the wreath in the different places that I wanted. Make sure that you are securing the greenery underneath the lemon so that it's nice and tight also. You want it to have a firm hold. I can't wait to show you guys how this lemon wreath turned out. You're gonna absolutely love it. Let's move on to my second lemon project. I made lemon candles using real lemons, wicks, and some candle melts. I also used some lemon fragrance. You could use whatever kind you wanted to, and you could even use a different fruit to make your decor for any kind of season. I started by cutting all of my lemons in half. This way it would be easy to scoop out the insides. As I was scooping out the insides of the lemon, I realized that I could be saving some of this juice. And I love to have fresh lemon juice inside of my water, so I just put it into a pitcher and then mix it all up and I drink it throughout the week. So I decided to go ahead and save my lemon juice. But basically, you just want to carve out the inside of the lemon so that you get a nice clean inside. You don't want any of the strings left over, and it gets pretty easy once you really start digging in there. Once my lemons were all carved out, it was time to go ahead and melt the wax. Now, if you have a true double boiler, you don't have to do it the way I am. But this is how I have to do it because I don't have one yet. I will be getting one soon. But basically, I just took one larger pan, filled it with water, and then set my other pan on top of it so that the top pan would get to a certain heat without actually getting any water in it. Then you go ahead and set your wax in and just move it around and let it melt by itself. It melts down pretty quickly, so that's always good. While the wax continued to melt down, I went ahead and just placed my wicks inside of the different lemons. Now the stems are going to obviously be larger than you're going to want, but you don't want to cut them till the very end, and I'll show you that a little bit later. Now once my wax was completely melted, I tried to experiment with a little bit of food coloring. Now I did see that some people used crayons to dye their wax, and that's a great idea. That worked well for them. I just had food coloring on hand, so I wanted to see if it worked, and y'all, it did not. Do not use food coloring. It didn't make a difference. My project still turned out really great, but the food coloring just did not dissolve right. It didn't work. It started bunching up into like beads. It was just not good. So that was fine. We just skipped the food coloring portion. Next, I added in my scent. And I just used a lemon fragrance, mixed it in, and that kind of gave it a nice yellow color all by itself. So I liked that a lot. Once my wax was nicely mixed together, I went ahead and just used a little measuring cup to scoop the wax into the individual lemons. If you had a measuring cup with a little spout, that would work great too. However, is easiest to get the wax inside the lemon. And I just filled them all right up to the top. I did have a small problem with the wicks falling over, so I just used some clothespins to position the wicks to stand up. The wax actually dried pretty quickly, so this was a good solution. It didn't damage the wick at all, and it was able to just keep it upright until the wax completely dried. I let my lemon candles dry overnight, and then I went the next day and cut the wicks down. This is kind of just like a preference, but I did about a 1/2 inch of leave over on the wicks. And that's it. My first time making real lemon candles was a success. I absolutely love these lemon projects. I think that they turned out great, and they're gonna leave my home smelling nice and fresh. I love that I was able to make this wreath for less than $15, and it looks like the designer ones that I saw for $50. Don't forget to check out all of my friends' lemon projects. I will go ahead and link them below. I know y'all are gonna absolutely love them. And now you know, next time life hands you lemons, just go ahead and make some home decor.